What is the creator economy and why should you even care? Or perhaps you're creator curious and want to level up your knowledge. If so, we have someone you have to meet. His parents may have named him Steven Wolfe Pereira, but in the advertising industry, everyone, and I mean everyone, knows him as SWP. The former CMO of several major brands, SWP recently kicked the corporate world to the curb and launched Encantos. This story teaching platform lets top educational creators serve up school lessons and life skills to kids around the world. SWP is also a creator himself and contributes to the adorable Tiny Traveler series on the platform. On this episode of Everything is Better with Creators, we'll get the SWP take on stories, education, and the creator economy. Roll the intro, please.
Everything is Better with Creators, the podcast that takes a deep dive into all things creator economy. Produced and presented by Whalar. Whalar, we power the creator economy. With your hosts Ashley Rudder, Emma Harmon, Jamie Goodfriend, and Marco Bertozzi.
I am the creator. And this is fresh.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ashley Rudder, your guide to all things happening in the creator economy. On this podcast, we will be going deep on creator trends. We'll speak to a special guest and ask them to diagnose the newfound reality of the creator economy, and we'll try to understand the pivots taking place in the world of advertising.
Whalar watching. Everything is Better with Creators.
In this episode of Whalar Watch, we will be talking about diversity in children's programming. As the pandemic rose, parents leaned on children's programming to support their children's education. So Peppa the Pig's influence taught American children to speak in a British accent. Coco Melon's fan base is a child's version of Game of Thrones. And Sesame Street's Elmo versus Rocco's tense relationship has even gone viral on social media. Media content has moved beyond teaching the ABCs, and it's spotlighting teaching empathy, respect, kindness, and raising self-esteem. Disney's been paying attention to this shift in popularity and trend to teach values to a diverse audience. In February, Disney Plus released Rise Up, Sing Out, an 8-episode series highlighting the real-life issues for Black children. The executive production team is the who's who in music and diverse children's programming. The music and executive producers are Questlove and Black Thought from the hip-hop group The Roots. The director is LaToya Raveno, best known for her work with the Proud Family, Louder and Prouder. Last but not least, the animation will be brought to you by Lion Forge, the same studio that animated the Oscar-winning short, Hair Love. Rise Up, Sing Out is a breath of fresh air for parents who didn't know how to start a discussion on race with their young children. Now, thanks to Disney, the show is opening up conversation while the hip-hop beats play in the background. Make sure to show some love and check out Rise Up, Sing Out on Disney Plus, because teaching our children respect, self-esteem, and empathy will always be on trend. Just a reminder that Everything is Better with Creators is brought to you by Whalar. The Whalar Way combines tech, talent, and creative social strategy to match brands with creators and produce authentic content that people really want to see. Whalar is democratizing the creative process for brands and creators by empowering a global talent network of thousands of influencers, tastemakers, creatives, and storytellers to connect with your target audience, making advertising more inclusive, diverse, and effective. Check out more at Whalar. That's WHALAR.com. All right, coming up, I sat down with the amazing SWP to hear his story and what he sees as the future of the creator economy.
And now it's time to bring up the headliner of the evening, very special. Please welcome to the stage
The Big Interview. Everything is Better with Creators.
This is Steven Wolfe Pereira, the CEO of Encantos, and you're listening to Everything is Better with Creators.
Well, welcome to the podcast, Steven. Thrilled to have you.
Well, again, thanks for having me on. And I love, kind of what you guys are doing at Whalar. And I feel like our missions are, very, just incredibly aligned. Our mission is we are empowering creators who help kids learn. And when you think about the 2 billion kids on the planet and what we have gone through over the past couple of years, it's not like, a lost, kind of school year. It's going to be a lost school decade. And what you're seeing is this incredible uprising where parents are really trying to take control of, how are my kids going to learn everything from creativity to coding, financial literacy, environmental literacy, empathy, entrepreneurship, all the social emotional skills. They're not learning these things in school. And so where are kids learning today? They're learning on TikTok. They're learning on YouTube. Yes. They are learning from creators. And so when we started this, kind of journey, it was with one creator, my co-founder, Susie Jaramillo, who's this incredible Latina artist, and she wanted to help kids, to learn how to be bilingual. How do they get to be kindergarten ready in 2 languages? Wow. And I was working on my own little project, which was now Tiny Travelers, and trying to help kids become citizens of the world. And so we joined forces, and it kind of snowballed from there. Now, instead of 2 creators, we actually had a couple of dozen creators by the time the pandemic hit. So we built this creator platform, and now the technology has finally caught up with our vision. This is now a creator platform built on the blockchain on a Web3 stack so that creators can build their IP, own their IP, and actually directly monetize their IP. So that's our vision.
I think it'd be remiss for me to not ask you to define the creator economy, because a lot of our listeners are trying to understand what it is, where did it come from, and I think that lends itself to leading why you felt that you needed to put it on Web3 and the blockchain. So why don't we start there? What are your thoughts on the creator economy?
I mean, I love this question for so many different reasons. And, the creator economy is really where we are at this very early stage of Web3. And so if you just zoom out for a second, Web 1, and I can say this because, I have maybe a few grays, not many, but maybe a few grays. I remember Web 1, and, think of that as 1990 to basically 2005, and that was the information era. And that's the era of AOL and dial-up. And it was where you could just read something. Then we kind of entered, Web 2. And that's basically where we're living today, where it was kind of from 2005 to basically around 2020. And it was the rise of the platform economy. And so now you can actually not just read something, you can write something. You could post something on Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or TikTok. And that's great. But you are basically fueling these platforms, and they own all the data. They have all the money in the world. These are the most valuable companies on the planet.
Right.
And you as a creator that's been giving them your content, your data, your time, you earn nothing.
Right.
And so what you're seeing now with the rise of Web3, and view that as kind of an umbrella term for everything from crypto, blockchain, tokens, it's basically the ownership economy. You as a creator, a builder, you get to own what you are creating, and it's going to be orchestrated by tokens. And so the creator economy is truly going to be the next wave of innovation for the internet. And what a great time to be a creator.
All of our intellectual property deserves payment.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just kind of crazy that we've lived in this world where, we never really had the ability as a creator to kind of build and own your IP. And so if you actually came up with a concept, and again, we're focused on the kids and family space, right? So think about whoever was the creator for everything from, Dora the Explorer all the way up to Paw Patrol. I mean, these are things that are all owned by companies. And again, not mad at it. That's kind of, the way the old, kind of economy really functioned. But we're now entering into this world where everything is going to be decentralized. And things typically start with money. And so you see a lot of this innovation happening in finance. And that's why decentralized finance, or DeFi, is where you've seen a lot of this innovation. but now it's going to seep into every aspect of our lives. And so you will have decentralized entertainment. You will have decentralized retail. You will have decentralized education. And when you think about the ability to actually own, and you're moving from this idea of minimal viable products to minimal viable communities, and you get to have your community not just build with you, not just be a part and giving you ideas, that they could actually tip you, they could invest in you and own a piece of this IP. I mean, I think that's the dream. I mean, just imagine if J.K. Rowling was starting today, we would say, you know what? Don't go to like a publisher, like an old school dinosaur. Come and actually put it on our platform. Own your IP and bring your community with you. What if you actually owned a little piece of that first Harry Potter book and you helped build it up?
Wow.
And now you have your fans acting as your marketing machine because they're telling their friends how great it is. You build community. And I think that's the way this always has been with a creator and their community.
This has been so, so good. Thank you for, again, sharing your knowledge and your passion. This has been absolutely incredible, Steven. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
We hope you've enjoyed what you've heard and will come along with us as we navigate this journey to the promised land of the creator economy. Make sure to subscribe or follow our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you like to listen to audio. And of course, we'd love a rating and a review if you get the op. And special thanks to Steven Wolfe Pereira for joining us. Make sure to check out more from Whalar and all things at the intersection of a talent network, partnerships, technology, and creativity at Whalar.com. And follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. For Everything is Better with Creators, I'm Ashley Rudder. We'll catch you next time.
You see, I am the creator.
Everything is Better with Creators is produced by Whalar. Whalar, we power the creator economy. Learn more at Whalar.com.
Hola, soy Steven Wolfe Pereira, el CEO de Encantos, y estás escuchando el podcast Todo es Mejor con Creadores.